Yo, what is going on, everyone? Oh, let me change that. Here we go. How are you doing? I hope you're all having a fantastic, was it Tuesday already? And this is a big week because gaming showcase season is here. Yes, it is. It starts today with the state of play, PlayStation's big state of play, because they said this thing's like over an hour, I think, which is or around an hour at least, something like that. But like it should be for one of their bigger shows they've had this generation. Honestly, like they've already kind of put it out there to expect some big things. So Wolverine will be there, so we know that. I don't know what else could show up as well. However, looking forward to seeing if do they get me excited for something like how will Wolverine look. I know a lot of people are pumped for Wolverine. The last reveal of it didn't like super excite me. It's kind of one of those things. It's like I want it to be amazing. I want it to be like ultra like gory and all that kind of stuff. But like, is this gonna capture me? Is this gonna get that spirit where I'm like, oh my god, I got to play this game? Plus, also, what else is there? Are they gonna show other things that we haven't seen in a while? We're gonna see Intergalactic again. I think could possibly show it, but maybe some other stuff as well that could be some big surprises. There's a lot of rumors out there. A lot of stuff is kind of floating around about possibilities. A lot of people are saying God of War trilogy might show up here as well. So lots of stuff that could be at the state of play to kick off showcase season. And it's interesting this year because the Xbox showcase is going last out of the big three shows because Summer Game Fest is on Friday, and then Xbox Showcase is on Sunday. So there's a lot of conversation been going on around Xbox Showcase as it's actually usually the biggest and best show of the summer showcase season. Lots been made of the logo gate thing over the last couple of days about them showing the multi-platform logos and all that kind of stuff on their games. Matt Booty saying transparency is good and all that kind of stuff. Then Asha Sharma being like, "Yeah, it was a miss." I think it wasn't like not a good idea. However, it's not going to ruin that show for me. I'm just going to watch it, and I'm super excited to see like all the games that are going to be there. Um, and Summer Game Fest could be awesome too because there are lots of multi-platform games that could be shown there. You could have some surprises from Nintendo show up. The thing about Summer Game Fest is you just never know. You could have something from Xbox. You could have something from Nintendo. You could have something from PlayStation. You could have some big, massive, huge multi-platform surprise from a third-party publisher. Some people are speculating could GTA 6 be there? I don't know. I think like they don't need to like necessarily be at a show to have like a big huge reveal. However, if they do show up at something like that, it would be massive. So, looking forward to whatever they show. But today is about the state of play, obviously, and excited to be co-streaming that. Shout out to the chat. I see Steel Rain, who was there in the chat, said he is naked and afraid. Hey, that's the way to be during showcase. Absolutely. Shout out to 11 North as well. See Brett Bingham here hanging out. Cyber, Andrew Cullinane. Hope everybody is doing good. Thank you for hanging out with me to watch this co-stream because I know you probably got like a million other places you could be to watch a co-stream of these showcases. So if you're chilling here, hanging out at Fun Speculation with me, super appreciate that choice. And I hope you have a good time while you're here. If you do like the content, remember hit the like button, share, notification bell, sub, all that kind of stuff. Greatly helps us grow, helps people find us. Um, I want to know in the chat, are you guys excited for Wolverine? Are you guys excited for that game? Are you excited to see something else a PlayStation could show? Is there another kind of huge reveal that could blow your socks off for a PlayStation? There's a million things that could happen, but it's kind of like what we got to look at the reality of things too. Like we don't expect a massive reveal from Bungie, obviously. We know that the Saros already came out. Um, Wolverine is slated for this year, so is that going to still stay on track and have a big reveal? And are people going to get pumped for that? Um, but besides those games, like there's not a whole lot that we really know um, about what's coming. So it's going to be an interesting show to look at. This could be I'm not saying make or break because like PlayStation's obviously doing fine as far as hardware sales, but numerous reports have been coming out about the software sales not doing so good. Right, the games aren't necessarily selling that great, at least from the first party and stuff. So is this the time, like that 2016 moment for PlayStation, where we get a bunch of reveals for big time games coming out in the next like year and a half that just really catches the momentum for the kind of next part of this generation, the kind of latter part of this generation? And I think it's a possibility. I'm not gonna lay that on the line and saying that's my prediction or anything like that, but I do think it's a possibility that this could end up being the show because of the length, because of where we are. They've kind of had that games of service reset, right, where they had a lot of cancellations with a lot of those games. Studios switched course, started working on other stuff. Is it time that we start seeing some of those games revealed? And if they are, how far are they out? I'm still curious about when Intergalactic is going to be. Is that actually going to happen in 2027? If it is, it would be time to possibly show it again. Shout out to RSJ fan. Hope you're doing well. Brett Bingham says, "Will it be a state of place, state of pay, or state of pain?" That's a good question. That's a good question. LKP, shout out to you. Says, "Caught another one live stream. Nice. Hey, appreciate you being here." 11 North says, "Ate at my mom's on my way to my house to play some Xbox. I want to see something new from PlayStation." Yeah, I think a lot of like people that are PlayStation fans that haven't been really playing a lot on PlayStation this generation, at least first party games wise, I'm just kind of ready for some influx of new first party games, right? Like we're they're fine with third party support. Obviously, they have a lot of big third party games, that have been showing up. They have like money had it exclusives and all those other kind of things. But like first party studio wise, like I'm ready for them to really bring it now. Like I'm really ready for them to get me excited about some stuff. Um, and maybe this is the time, right? Maybe this is the time. Let's see here. RSJ says, "I'm here for the third party reveals." Absolutely. There will be third party games. I don't anticipate seeing any Xbox logos on those games. So anybody watching this will probably assume those games are only on PlayStation. But there will be third party reveals here that also will be on multiple platforms. And for Xbox fans watching, because, this is kind of an Xbox channel, that we will see things that we get to play on Xbox as well, right? And I'm sure Xbox will make a tweet after, loud and proud, saying, "Hey, play these games on Xbox," as would PlayStation do if Xbox didn't have multi-platform logos on their show, and that would have been fine. Don't get me started. Yeah, I'm not trying to get too started on it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying we don't expect to see any other multi-platform logos at this show. Doesn't matter really. It's just that's the norm, right? That's the norm. Poison Maniac says, "I wouldn't expect anything on the scale of a showcase, considering it's just a state of play. Not saying it can't be decent or good or bad. We'll see." Yeah, I mean, they had technically a showcase. Was last year's show qualified as a showcase? And the last one I remember that was labeled a showcase was a train wreck for them. And that was when they had Concord reveal, Fair Games reveal. Hey, that's a Fair Games actually could show up here if it actually ends up coming out. We don't know the state of Fair Games, right? We know that Jade Raymond left the studio. We know that there's been rumblings about development problems, all that other kind of stuff, but we don't know. Maybe Fair Games is like, hey, they're actually gonna end up releasing that damn thing. Maybe it actually comes out next year, and maybe they're actually going to try and support it properly. I don't know, but like, what is Fair Games gonna show up? I will say if it doesn't show up today, I would say it's not a good look for Fair Games, honestly. It's kind of like the last one of those big third party multi-plat, well, not third party, but I guess that one's probably only on PlayStation, right? Or I don't even know if that one was announced for PC. I don't remember. but it's the last games as a service kind of game. That they is kind of they still have in their treasure trove of games set to release or whatever. But I don't really see any hype around it at all. I wouldn't surprise me honestly, just because of how big of a win Astrobot was for them, to see some kind of Astrobot thing here again. Just to kind of, it's an easy win for them to say of like, hey, we can probably turn those games around quicker. And what has it been? Was it 2 years ago that Astrobot came out, or in 2024? I can't remember. I think it was 2024, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe they could end up having something else like that. Something like Ratchet and Clank again. Who knows? Like those kind of games are kind of easy wins for them, and they don't seem to take as long, right? Um, for them to release. So who knows on those kind of things. I would like to see in that kind of vein though. I'd like to see some other IPs come back, like Sly Cooper, stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. I would like to see Infamous come back, but I don't think that's a real possibility because they obviously have the whole superhero thing going with Insomniac and Spider-Man, Wolverine, and that we know that the next big game after Wolverine, I think, is supposed to be an X-Men game. So exactly what is the Insomniac roadmap going to be? I think it's been laid out, but things change. Okay, P says yeah, 2024. So stuff like that. Like it wouldn't surprise me, to see something regarding a game like Astrobot. Maybe some kind of like content for it, or an Astrobot expansion or some shit like that. I also am curious if they have some kind of hardware stuff at this. I think we've seen at these state of plays, we've seen like speakers, monitors, controllers. So I'm expecting some kind of hardware, either accessory or something like that. Maybe what is their PS remote thing called that you stream games on? I forget what that's called, but maybe some kind of update to that, or announcement regarding a new device, kind of like that. I don't know. Maybe PSVR stuff potentially. I don't know. They kind of seem like they shit canned their own development for that thing. So maybe some third party PSVR stuff could show up as well. PS Portal. Thank you, Noah's Mofo. Yeah, the name was escaping me. Let's start the state of play. GG's. Hopefully have a good stream. Hey, appreciate it, Noah's Mofo. Appreciate you being here. You wonder if anything new will show up, even a tease from Sony. Don't know. Brett Bingham says, "Are we sure PlayStation PC ports aren't coming? First-party game sales have dropped by 20% over the last 5 years." Well, apparently Herman Hulst's internal conversation or memo to developers there, or during a meeting or something like that, it was confirmed that they are no longer going to be putting their single-player games on PC. For me, that is disappointing, and not just because like, oh no, like I can't get those games on PC, but like honestly, like PC, like I have a pretty decent PC, right? So, and I have an ultra wide monitor. Like, first games that have that special like visual quality, and games that are have these amazing worlds and stuff, it's really cool to play those in ultra wide format at their highest settings possible. And PS5 Pro doesn't even touch my PC. So I don't want to have to go and get a $900 device, and even if I did that, it still wouldn't play games in ultra wide. So to play games at their best possible quality, like you're gonna play them on PC. Like that's one of the reasons I think it's cool to port games to PC. Also, I think doing so helps them keep up and pump up the visuals and quality on the console versions as well, because we've seen when they do PC ports, the console versions really get cool updates sometimes. So it would be cool if they did that. However, Sony being Sony, and they are locking the gates down, they are not wanting um, Steam machines and Project Helixes to be able to run their tentpole first party IP games. So it seems like they're locking it behind their walled garden of PlayStation consoles. Now they will probably not sell as many copies as they would have otherwise, but they're going to use those as giant commercial things to push selling the platform, which you can say it's right or wrong. Who knows exactly? I think more casuals are buying PlayStations just to play NBA 2K, Call of Duty, FC, shit like that, Fortnite, as opposed to actually caring about buying the big tentpole first party games. But it is what it is. As we've seen with the sales numbers, honestly, of first party titles from Sony this generation have gone down significantly. And it's not just a Sony problem. It's not just an Xbox problem. It's been a Nintendo problem as well, as their sales have not been as high as usual for first party games, and games in general over there. And I think the whole industry has seen a downtick in the amount of games sold overall. Matthew Ball, who is the new CSO for Xbox, had a PDF slideshow presentation that came out last year about the state of gaming. And there's a lot of interesting information in there about what's going on. And it's a whole industry kind of problem. And it goes to like attention for gamers going into other places, and you can also put in there like cost of living right now, extra income. People aren't having as much money to pay for games as they used to, and all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be interesting to see like that philosophy with PlayStation. I think what they're doing most of all is just protecting their brand and protecting their hardware platform. But we'll see business wise long term how that pays off for their actual being able to survive with sales of the studios, right? Like it's in one way it's like stronger for like an Xbox faces this dilemma too. PlayStation has an advantage because they have so much more hardware devices out there, but it's like platform strength versus studio strength. You know, studios obviously want their games to be sold as many places as possible because they get more sales. They probably get more bonuses. They actually are able to have more gamers just playing the game. That gives them more chances for monetization. All these other kind of scenarios, right? Whereas the platform is like, well, if we put the games in other places, then it devalues people being interested in the hardware. And Xbox has that same dilemma. PlayStation is stronger in the hardware space, so it's easier for them to make that decision right now. But will that eventually catch up with them? Not putting the games on PC. We'll see. I mean, we see like how well Forza Horizon 6 did for Xbox on PC. You imagine like not putting that game on PC would be crazy, you know. Um, so it's just interesting to keep an eye on and like watch what's going on. Now that being said, Forza Horizon is obviously kind of a games of service kind of title. PlayStation is putting those kind of games on PC, but their big tentpole first party studios don't really make those kind of games, right? Like their big tentpole studios really don't make online games. They were trying to get them to, and that was a massive failure. Where we had that massive reset with PlayStation. So now they're going back to just, hey, we make these single player games and that's all we're gonna do. So they're gonna have to sell a lot, which means expect more remasters, more remakes, and all that kind of stuff in order to keep those studios afloat or potentially higher prices. Yay! Anyway, it is what it is. Sup, Def Leopard? Sup, E-Ranks? E-Rank says, I'm convinced there's a very similar size market for RPG and adventure games on PS and Xbox. Well, if this was an interesting tweet I saw like yesterday or the day before, and Jez had commented on it saying like it's always interesting to see the engagement rate Where PlayStation has so many more consoles sold, but like the amount of time played and amount of users playing different games is pretty close, more close to even on Xbox and PlayStation. Whereas like you would think it wouldn't be the case with how many PlayStations are out there. But the it kind of tells you maybe how much of the PlayStation crowd is just kind of the de facto thing to buy to access those black hole games like Fortnite, stuff like that, and Call of Duty, Warzone, whatever, like sports games. The people that play like one or two games a year, it's kind of like the de facto box to buy for those things, and that's maybe all of the games that they play. They're not interested in anything else, and it's just like that's just where they go. So if that's the case, then you're not going to see high engagement and all that kind of stuff on a lot of the other genres, and I think that's why it comes out as more even on a lot of those franchises and a lot of those games, which is very interesting. Like I don't expect Fable to sell bonkers on PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like I think Fable will do really well on Xbox, especially in Game Pass. I think it'll sell probably pretty good on PC. But like PlayStation gamers, like I don't know how excited they are for Fable, to be honest with you. Like I don't really know how much that adds to put that game on PlayStation in general. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it sells like bonkers on PlayStation. It just doesn't seem like they're kind of bag, you know? Like maybe it will be. I think Gears actually has a better chance of doing really well over there, because it does have that like really engrossing story. It is a graphical showpiece that's like more direct with the narrative and stuff, as opposed to like Fable being more freedom and all that kind of stuff. It's like these PlayStation guys on these like these cinematic games that they like to be directed and told what to do, kind of like, hey, go here, do this, follow this path, tell the story to me along the way. And they're just like, it's kind of like they like watching a 20-hour movie while playing a game. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. It's not a shot. I'm not trying to take a shot at those games, but it's like they see that as like some kind of like master storytelling thing that's only achievable by those studios, right? I feel like Xbox has more um, games that are a little bit more dynamic in freedom of choice and exploration and adventure, and that kind of flies in the face of the kind of games that those PlayStation gamers are used to. Now, that being said, any game can become a massive trend, go like viral, and like every if it's people are making TikToks and YouTube shorts and videos like about funny things that are happening or just awesome moments and stuff. Any game has the potential to do that. And Fable could end up being one of those games, right? If it does that, then it's going to sell a lot to the crowd that is not necessarily in tune with like the latest and greatest. They're just riding the wave of what's popular, you know. So Fable's either going to catch on with that and I think sell really well on PlayStation, or it's not. I think Wolverine is going to sell just because it's freaking Wolverine, you know? Like it's a Marvel game. It's going to be super popular with that. It's also probably setting the stage for the whole X-Men thing that's going to be going on. So um I think games like Wolverine are an easy sell. I am curious if under Asha Sharma, with Xbox, and they have Blade coming out at some point as well. If they see that as something they're going to use to their advantage and try and do more deals with licensed IP and stuff. Whereas Phil saw that as like, hey, we only want to really make games that are IP that we control and own. PlayStation has used that to their advantage dramatically to draw people to the platform. Because you're using that like, hey, this is the place to play Spider-Man or whatever, Wolverine, where you can't get that anywhere else. Like I think that's good marketing, to bring people in. So we'll see if Asha Sharma and Matthew Ball as the CSO, the strategic officer there, had kind of have those same ideas as well as bolster the IP that they already have. Um, but I'm curious what you guys are expecting out of this state of play. Do we expect this to be their biggest show of the year? Do we think that this is going to be that show? It's like, oh shit, this was their 2016 moment where they just laid a bunch of awesome shit on the table, and it's like, hey, they capture like this momentum and like get this amazing feedback and response, or do we think we're gonna watch the show and it's gonna be like, it was all right. I want to be excited. I really do. So far this generation, there's been some decent shows where like, hey, that looks cool, that makes me interested, and then I kind of like lose interest in some of them after seeing the shows. But um, there hasn't been one where it's like, fuck yeah, PlayStation is back for me. I want that. I want to feel that old energy that I used to get from them, back in the late PS3 generation, going into like late PS4 generation. Where they start having a bunch of new stuff. LKP says, well, not quite that, but I do think they may have a little bit more this time than usual. Just based on how they invited people to watch it. Yeah, they seemed like more proud about this show, excited to push this show than usual. RSJ says, I think it'll be an alright showcase. I don't expect to be amazed. What would amaze you? Like, that's what I'm curious about, chat. Like, what do you want to see? Like, I know our community is heavy Xbox, right? Heavy Xbox. Frog Thought says Sly Cooper. I said that earlier as well. Sly Cooper is a cool IP. They kind of abandoned it. It would be cool to see something for Sly Cooper. I said Infamous. I highly doubt we'll see anything Infamous just because they already have their superhero stuff, But that would be sick. I would be super down. What at a PlayStation show would excite our heavy Xbox audience, and maybe some mainly PlayStation guys here in the chat too. I'm not sure, right? And if you are, that's completely fine. I'm curious what's gonna set your world on fire also. Google Poe says greatness awaits. Shay says they've ended the franchises that I cared about. Yeah, that's kind of where I've been a little bit, LKP says I'm not much into PS5 games, but if Bloodborne did show up, then okay. So Bloodborne for you. Jigga J, shout out to you, says Siphon Filter. Frog that says would love Infamous. Me too, man. Like Infamous Second Son was so fucking good. That game was so fucking cool, man. And it's like, we'll probably never like Sucker Punch is Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote Studio. They're running that Ghost series, right? And maybe they get allowed to be put back on Infamous, or maybe PlayStation has like got a different studio to do like a remake of an Infamous game, which would be cool. I would be, if you're gonna remake something, I want remakes of games from that like PS3 era. Like, how about like a remake of like Resistance? You know what I mean? Stuff like that could be pretty cool. What's up, Ninja Squirrel? Void Rat says this week will be the first time I can afford to buy a game. Cost of living is way too much these days. Fuck yeah, man. Speaking of, I haven't implemented this yet. I will put it in the description below for after the show. So if you're watching this later, and maybe I'll be able to get it during the show and implement it somehow. But we are now kind of a partner with GameFly, and I do think there is something there to be said with the way cost of living is these days. And, everybody's trying to offer up Game Pass games as a sacrifice to bring back exclusives. I think in a weird twist of fate, even though I'm like mostly been all digital for so long, GameFly is actually starting to really become a thought in my head about how I'm going to play all these damn games. I will put a code in the description below, or a link, if you guys want to check it out. I highly recommend doing so, because guess what? They have games day and date. And it's not just the Xbox games. I mean, any game. PlayStation games, Nintendo games, Xbox games, day and date, multi-platform titles. Like, I could play Pragmata. I could play Resident Evil Requiem, I could play these games I've been missing out on. Lego, Batman. And everybody wants to knock Game Pass, saying that's ruined the industry and all that stuff. Well, it's like, hey, there's multiple subscription services out there for renting games. One of them's physical, the other ones are digital. And I think physical will still be an option if you got a Series X or PS5 or Switch. Gamefly is really attractive right now. Actually, really attractive right now. So I'll put that link in the description if you guys want to check it out. I do recommend that if as an option to being able to afford all these damn games with the cost of living the way it is right now. Absolutely. A true serum of Gamefly has always been the best value, not Game Pass. I mean, I like the flexibility of digital for sure, as opposed to physical personally, but that's not, hey, what the hell, if I get the physical copies in the mail, play them, send them back when I'm done, that's fine. That's fine for the cost. That's great. For the cost, it's great. Ninja Squirrel says if Game Pass Ultimate goes and the ability to play multiple games non-free to play will go. Modern Warfare 4 and one more, and that be it. To be honest, living energy cost in the UK and tax is worse in all of Europe. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Gas is expensive. Food is expensive. Bills across the board have gone up for everything. Mortgages have gone up because taxes have gone up. Insurance for your house, for your cars have gone up. Everything has gone up.
Yes. Teenagers are expensive.
And teenagers, if you have kids, man, everything that they need has become more expensive too. So where everybody wants to attack people for running games, I'm like, hey, if I was looking at different partners that we could do deals with and all that kind of stuff, and like, Gamefly makes a lot of damn sense right now. It really does. So, any of these games that are going to be shown here, if they're released in physical format at the State of Play, you would be able to get them on Gamefly. How come your salary didn't go up as well? I know, right? I know, right? Xlands Gaming says I had my HVAC unit replaced, $14K. Fuck, man. I live in Texas. That is like a back of my mind constant fear that one day we will be dealing with that. And it's inevitable for everybody, My house is 8 years old. At some point, the ACs are going to stop working, and we'll have the company come out, and they'll be like, look, you need new units. And I will say, shit, there goes $14,000. Right? And that's a lot of money, dude. But that is something that anybody who lives in a hot weather climate that has central AC, especially in Texas where we have long ass summers, that is something we all are fearing, I think, dealing with. Last year I had to have maintenance on it and replace a capacitor. I think only 4 years in after moving in, our coils on both of our units went bad, and I had to replace both evaporator coils. Yeah, cost of living is crazy, bro, and those AC units are not cheap to replace whatsoever. I do think there's a little bit of scam going on in the HVAC industry, though. I think these guys overcharge personally because it's a necessity, right? However, that's just my own personal thought. No offense to you if you work in that industry, but I've seen what some of these guys charge for some of this stuff, and it's like, man, in my industry that I deal with in construction, I would be like laughed at if I tried to charge some of those prices. Labor cost is way too high in a lot of these things. I voted for let's see. Oh yeah, I won't get into political stuff, Void Red. I don't even know who that is, but $8 per gallon now. Damn. Got 30 minutes about until showtime. It's the land of scams. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Absolutely. You had a long day. Both of my bike tires got flat. That was fun. I thought it started at 2. I thought I was late. Oh, damn, dude. Both of them went flat? What happened? How did they both go flat at the same time? No, you're good, Void Rat. I'm not saying you can't say that. So I just didn't know what it was. You're good. That's like $140 to fill my tank in London. Jeez. And like, people want games to go up. People want things to be more exclusive. All these kind of things. I'm like, hey, I don't want to see the logos at the shows for other things because I think it's just like business-wise, it makes more sense to promote your store first. However, like, if you have to release things other places because there's less people buying games, I kind of get that situation somewhat, especially if you want to try and keep the studios alive. So I think exclusivity to Xbox is coming back in some form or fashion, but I don't know exactly to what extent. You know, I think they're going to try and make the really difficult choices here and there and try and be really smart about it. But like, I'm not rooting for us to have to buy 4 different fucking pieces of super expensive equipment to have to buy $90 games to play them, right? It, like, in this day and age right now, people are like, oh, but inflation, games should be this much. This shit, I got less money to spend. I don't want to have to buy a $900 fucking box for one system's games, another like $900 box for another system's games, another like $600 device for that system's games. And oh, guess what? If you want to play games that are only on PC and not anywhere else, you gotta have a PC as well. That's like, you gotta spend like $3,000 plus, maybe $4,000 just to get all the devices to access all the games that are out there. And then the new games keep going up in price, and people are like, hey, you got to pay $80 now, $90, and championing that shit like it's good for the industry. It's not good for the industry for less people to play games. I don't want to have to live in that world where we're having to be way more conscious of what games we get to play and buy. I would rather have access to more, right? Like, it's just my consumer mind speaking here, like not a fanboy mind. That's just me, man. Let's get back to the show. What games are you pumped for? I'm sick of ranting about the stupid way of the world right now. You glad you built your PC before the cost went up? Me too. You just like trying to own all tool brands, just stick to one brand that's in your budget. Yeah, it's a problem though if like you get FOMO on one game that you feel like gamers are passionate and gamers get excited and they don't want to be left out on playing something that they think is awesome, you know? But it's getting to the point where it's the cost makes that decision for us. You know? It's not as easy to make those decisions like, oh yeah, just own everything, you know? Oh yeah, just buy everything when it comes out and you're good. It's not as easy as it used to be to do that. Can Sony finally acknowledge Sly Cooper exists? I hope so, man. I hope we get some revivals of IP here. That would be sick. You have no FOMO, so you're kind of lucky. You know, here's the thing too. I think people can be patient with FOMO. Like, if I had FOMO for a specific game, like Ghost of Yotei, right? I was like, hey, I'm gonna not have FOMO. I'm gonna wait for it to come to PC. And then comes the news that they're stopping putting their single player focused games on PC. So, well, all right. I have a PlayStation, but I was gonna wait for it on PC because it'd be better. Now to get the best experience on Ghost of Yotei, you got to buy a PS5 Pro, which is $900. You know, so I guess I'll just wait for it on sale at some point and get it on my PS5 digital. You know. LKP says, well, they said they were thinking of reviving old IP, so maybe we'll hear something. A Kena release date would be great. Yeah, I did like the showing of Kena is it Kenna or Kena? Of Kenna the last time we saw it. I thought it looked actually like a pretty big jump from the first game. You don't have FOMO either, Serve? Right on. Well, you just like stick in your lane and it's like, hey, cool. You know, I've always been a gamer that's owned all the platforms because I do like to play Mario Kart. You know? I like to play a new Super Mario when it comes out. I like to play, you know, some of the Nintendo stuff. I like to play Fire Emblem. You know, I like to play PlayStation games when they're great. I loved Uncharted. I loved Ghost of Tsushima. I loved Infamous. You know, there's certain franchises that I still like, hey, I really want to play one of those, you know? Xbox, there's way more that I personally love. I love, you know, Fable, Gears, Halo, Forza, obviously, are the big four. I absolutely love all those franchises. But I also, you know, I was really upset, or not upset, like, emotionally, but, like, disappointed that Perfect Dark got canceled because I was excited for that to come out, you know? Fallout, you know, you got freaking, but all the Bethesda games, like, you know, or Elder Scrolls, whatever the 6 is going to be, you know, I'm super into Oblivion and Skyrim. I think Doom is great. You know, I'm not a super Doom guy, but Doom has always been kind of fun for me. There's so many franchises on Xbox that I just really enjoy, you know. So, and for me, that's why Xbox is my preferred place to play. It's the games that they have and the access that they give me to play them. Xbox Play Anywhere is the best. I like, as a consumer, I fucking like, hey, Play Anywhere is like, should be status quo. That should be the standard. Buy a game, get to play it on your console and your PC, cross progression, everything just works across the board. If you want to stream it to the cloud, you can do that too. All that shit just absolutely fucking amazing, right? Game Pass, stay in date for their titles. People are trying to say they should get rid of that. I fucking hope not, you know. You want to play a new Punch-Out? That's your jam? Right on. Voidrat says all Sony seem to do lately is shut games down and lose money. You like the fluidity between your PC and Xbox? Same, man. Like, it's amazing to be able to play Forza Horizon on my PC right here in an ultra-wide format with the settings jacked up, right? And then if I am in the bedroom at night, hey, we're chilling, pop it on, be able to play Forza Horizon right there. Everything is seamless, just works across the board. You know, hey, well, I'm chilling on the couch in the living room. My daughter's watching something. Hey, I got my Xbox ROG Ally X. I can just turn it on, hang out with the family, still play a game, right? There's that ecosystem is just absolutely awesome. So I know PlayStation's answer to that is kind of the PS Portal, you know. So we'll see. Maybe there's some new Portal news here. Options are good. Options for gamers are good, for sure. 20 minutes. I got a question for the chat. What is your favorite PlayStation franchise of all time? I know that's a very tough question, and I know a lot of you have been PlayStation gamers at some point in your life, and maybe you're super hardcore now. But I want to know, what is your number one PlayStation franchise? What franchise, like, do you get most excited for on PlayStation? And I'm not talking about just multiplayer, multiplats that happen to be on PlayStation. I'm talking about PlayStation franchises. Fuzzy Tomato, you said Crash? Crash is owned by Xbox now, man. But it was funny that kind of tried to be their mascot for a while. Now Xbox owns it. That's pretty nuts. Jack or Sly? So Jack and Daxter or Sly Cooper? Uncharted. Uncharted is probably my favorite. That and Gran Turismo. That and Gran Turismo, probably. Poison Maniac says, agreed, but that's not what makes the graph go up. Regarding buy one, some cross progression hurts retention span. Hey. Is what it is. I know that's, you know, pro-consumerism isn't necessarily the best thing sometimes for companies. But I'll always vote for that. Parappa the Rappa, Concord. Fire titles, guys. Absolutely amazing. Concord, yes. I'm glad you lived in glory for like 2 weeks. You're probably like, this fucking 2 weeks is amazing. Holy shit. My favorite franchise ever. Oh my god, this game is fire, dude. I can't wait for the next update and more content to come out. I think they're gonna really invest in this thing and build something special. If Concord was your favorite franchise ever, that would be hilarious. I know you're joking, obviously. But that would be hilarious if anybody actually felt that way, and then 2 weeks later the game just got fucking axed. Destruction All-Stars. Shadow of the Colossus. That's a good one. That's a good thought. Like, do they own that? The Shadow of the Colossus and in those games. Like, or is that like a deal, third party? I forget. I don't think they own those. I'm not sure 100%. What 3 things would you like to see at the State of Play? Given Soul, ask me. All right. I want to see Intergalactic again, because that was a actually game reveal that they had that got me juiced. I loved the whole retro sci-fi aspect to it. You know, they had like the it almost like 80s style. It's like if it's a futuristic sci-fi movie came out in the 80s. It was giving me those vibes. I think it's cool as shit. I love the vibes that they had in there. I think there was like Adidas in there. And there was like, maybe it's like a CD. I think it's like a CD player in the ship and stuff like that. It was just, the vibes of it were so fucking cool to me, dude. I know some people are like, oh, but the main character is bald. Oh, you got a bald girl. You can't have that. I don't give a shit. Like, nobody said that in the 80s when fucking, like, Sigourney Weaver was bald, or, you know, when Demi Moore was bald and shit like that. People were like, oh, that's cool, you know? Like, nobody gave a shit then. It's like people are trying to make a big deal about stuff that is really not a big deal these days. But that game overall looked like it could be awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. So I would like to see Intergalactic. I want to see Wolverine gameplay that's not in just those little carefully selected sequences that are very narrated, heavy driven. I want to see what the actual, hey, we're just playing this game in the open world environment. What is that going to be? Because that's what's going to sell me on it, right? I want to see that from Wolverine, and then I want to see some classic IP revival from PlayStation that gets me fucking hyped. And if I was to pick one out of any that would get me hyped that they have not visited in a really long time, I would say SOCOM. If they had a SOCOM game come out and they actually went hard into it, really did it well, and they had great multiplayer, a great campaign to go along with it, I think you could do amazing with SOCOM today. I would absolutely fucking love to see SOCOM come back. But I would honestly, like, if there's several different franchises, but I want to see them revisit some of these classic IP that have just been thrown away. I would say Siphon Filter would be an awesome one as well, you know? Siphon Filter would be great. I mean, I don't think I'm going to see Infamous, so I'm trying to, like, not get my hopes up on something like that. But there's easy wins for them if they can find the studio to do it. Minus the network adapter. Yeah, we don't want to have to get a network adapter for SOCOM. Poison says for PS Killzone, Haze, Resistance, and Twisted Metal. Haze was a huge failure for them, so I don't think we're going to see that. I remember that they were hyping that up so big. They were hyping that up so big, man. And it came out and just did absolutely atrocious. It was kind of like, you know, Killzone would be interesting if we saw a new Killzone. Because there's a lot of people that love Killzone. I think today they could do better with Killzone than they've done in the past. So I would even be interested in a Killzone. It wasn't my favorite game from them before, but I'm interested in what they could do with it now, you know. Right, serve. I mean, you make a very good point there. I say that shit like all the time about that kind of stuff, dude. Like, mentality change. I don't know what, I'm just gonna say something. I don't know what happened to Gen X and the older millennials, because we all used to be about something that it doesn't seem like we're about anymore. At some point, we got old and fucking jaded and we got grumpy ass old man syndrome and started seeing the world like the boomers that we used to complain about back in the day. Not all of us. Not all of us. But Gen X and millennials back in the day, we used to be about something that it doesn't seem like we're about anymore, because all the fucking music, the rock, the rap, all the shit that we grew up listening to that was always about stuff, freedom and all this kind of shit, you know, freedom of expression and choice, and now all of a sudden it's not what it's about. I don't get it. You know? I don't get it. I used to be Gen X until I was declassified as a millennial. I was declassified as Gen X at some point and made a millennial. I'm considered what's called an old millennial. That's like grew up as there's a whole fucking thing to this. There's actually very interesting YouTube videos. Yeah, I hear you. There's very interesting YouTube videos that describe like generations and the characteristics and how people grew up and everything, and like why we all are the way we are. And it's very interesting to see some of those. Right on, Void Rat. Yeah, but dude, like the teenagers these days love that shit. An old millennial grew up was born like between 1980 and 85. We grew up our childhood as Gen Xers, kind of were like Gen X is known as like, hey, Gen Xers were home alone a lot, right? Both the parents are working at this point, which was different than the way it was before when like the women would stay home a lot. So like Gen Xers were at home a lot. You had to make your own fun. You're outside all the time, trying to figure out shit to do, right? And you like kind of gained this like independence and stuff. But there's also this rebel attitude that came from it, where you had like, you know, grunge era was born of it. You had like hip hop was kind of born out of a lot of this stuff, and you had this like a mentality of like us against the world kind of thing, you know. Gen X grew up in this environment that was kind of made to be you were forced to have to learn to be independent, you know. And then millennials grew up in the digital age, right? An old millennial grew up as a kid all throughout the formative years, and then we were the first entries into the digital age because we got our computers in our houses when we were like 15, right? We were grown up. We were teenagers, you know? When we're 14, 15, 16 years old or somewhere around there, a computer was brought into the house. And then we go online with like America Online for this first time. We start going into chat rooms for the first time. You know, we develop and create like emoticons, which turned into like we are kind of the formative like first generation that grew up in one era, and the last generation to have a real true childhood where we're out there riding our bikes wherever the fuck we want to, doing all that stuff. But then when we were kind of teenagers, right, we stumbled into a new world, right? Anybody born like after like 88 or so, 89, you know, you were probably only like 10, 8, 9, 10 when that computer got brought in your house. You know what I mean? It's like a very different way of growing up at that point. And I know anybody can relate that's around, I'm 43, that can relate to like that. You know, you started probably staying home a lot more kind of around that time, you know. But that's where we also became driving age 16, so we started going out and all that stuff too. But it was like the cross between worlds, man. That's what an old millennial is. It's somebody that exists in this very narrow window of like 4 or 5 years, where it's in between two very drastic worlds. I know you guys can, anybody that's around that age can relate. Like if you're 50, you're fucking Gen X, you know. If you're 35, you're obviously a millennial, you know. But if you're somewhere in that middle area, then you kind of have an identity of feeling like Gen X, but then at some point you were told you were a millennial. It's the idea of millennials when I was like, when that term first started getting used, was like people that were a lot younger than me, always like at a baseball game and their faces in their phones. You know what I mean? People would like show like, oh, look at the crowd, and people would make fun of those millennials for like not being aware of the outside world. No matter where they were sucked in their phones. You know what I mean? That's when millennials started showing up. Watch some of those YouTube videos, guys. It's very interesting. You know, like, yeah, but anyway, basically like, what I'm saying is like something happened along the way. I don't know what fucking happened to that generation, man. Like, it's kind of sad to see, honestly. Not to get too controversial or anything like that, but it's just anytime people say all this like stuff about anytime something is shown at one of these shows and it's like, oh, this girl's bald, we have to raise some kind of culture war against this game. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, really? A lot of the 80s movies and shit we loved had fucking bald chicks in them. Like, it didn't, nobody said a damn thing about it. It was just cool, you know? But now it's forced upon us to influence us in negative ways. There's always creative fucking choices. There's always creative choices made by the people that are trying to, you know, create the art. They're trying to express something, you know? They're trying to express something. That's what fucking art, that's what media is. Like, you're trying to tell a story. You're trying to express something. There's nothing wrong with people that have a creative vision trying to express what they're trying to express. There's tons of content out there for every fucking kind of gamer. Every fucking kind of gamer. There's tons of shows out there for every fucking kind of person. Tons of movies out there for every kind of fucking person. If there's something in it that you're just like, I don't jive with that, just fucking watch something else. You don't have to say that it shouldn't exist for the people that it's for. That's just like fucking like mentality, thinking that the world needs to operate the only way that just for you. The world's not just for you. It's not just for you. And we used to have that fucking mentality. We used to have that mentality. Four minutes. People complain. Sup, Starfield guy? How's it going? Yeah, we fucking grew up with Nirvana and fucking like Smashing Pumpkins and, you know, Korn and fucking Tool, you know, like fucking NWA, you know, like all this shit where we were like championing the like those ideas, you know, and it's like now it's like, no, you can't have any of this fucking influence on people, you know. Oh, they're promoting this, they're promoting that. Oh, we can't have this promotion that's gonna infect the minds of our children. Like, we fucking sound like people in the 50s when rock and rolls became a thing. Oh my god, that's the devil's music. We can't let people listen to that. It's gonna influence our children. We can't let them have that. Or like when Mortal Kombat existed. Oh my god, people are playing this gore, this filth, this trash. Oh, we gotta get rid of this. We can't have our fucking kids be influenced by fatalities. Sound like all those old fuckers we used to complain about. Now we're complaining about, oh, this is too innocent and nice and inclusive. Oh my god. How dare we as a fucking people be inclusive of other people that isn't just like you? Oh, that's so fucking wrong. It's so weird, man. I don't get it. One minute, 58 seconds. Rock music is the devil. Dude, like it's people these days are sounding like fucking like those peoples from the fucking 50s and 60s that tried to shut all that shit down. The same thing that all that Gen X music was about. Was like, hey, we're gonna fucking do our thing and you can't stop us. Oh, it's amazing. The 80s and 90s, the was a renaissance of fucking art and media, man. Very commercialized for sure, you know. But the shit that came out in the 80s and the 90s, there's a reason why that shit's still loved by new generations now, right? Like my daughter's like listening to a bunch of music from the 80s and 90s and loves it. Movies, all that stuff, like just it's classic. There's a reason why they keep remaking all those things, because they can't come up with new ideas. 80s and 90s was like a cultural renaissance, man. It was awesome, dude. All right, let's hope we get some good shit here. I'm gonna make myself smaller and make this shit bigger so you guys don't get annoyed. Here we go. I'm gonna be tiny, and this is gonna be big. This is gonna be big. I'm gonna make it big, don't worry. It's bigger. It's bigger. Oh, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger, baby. Here it goes. Let's stretch it out. Here we go. I'm getting smaller, but it's getting bigger. All right. Hopefully that's big enough for you.
Smith, creative director for Marvel's Wolverine.
Hello.
Today, we're excited to debut a new look at the game. To set the stage, Wolverine is in a race against time to rescue a group of kidnapped mutants before they're shipped off to parts unknown by cybernetically enhanced mercenaries known as the Reavers. However, Logan quickly discovers he isn't the only mutant attempting to save them. Let's take a look.
See if we can find the one that got away. Redhead. You already lead. Looks like she took off into the industrial park.
All right, let's search the area.
Getting a status update.
Perimeter stable. Holding position.
Oh, there we go. Love it. Oh, yeah. There we go. Nice blood and gore and guts. Fuck yeah. Yes. Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sold. This is just open gameplay and this is happening. Just fucking shove those claws into their asses, man. Let's go.
Another sweep. It's too quiet.
Do it, Logan. Oh, fuck yeah. Boot to the ass. Fucking claws in the chest. He's dead. Ooh, all that blood. That water's turning into blood, bro. Yes. This is what I wanted to see. Not to, like, this is pure gameplay here, man. This is fucking lit.
Shut it, freak. Ship's gassing off.
Not today, Bob.
The hell? Skullbuster! Up there! We need backup now!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, through the eye. Oh, that's gonna be Jean. That's gonna be Jean Grey. Yep. Oh, yeah.
There you are, Red.
Jean? Is that you? Don't worry. You're not going anywhere.
Everyone shoot!
Oh.
Son of a bitch!
Ow. Oh, did he have a hole in it? Oh, look at the damage on Wolverine. It's like healing. Oh. Run for your life, bro.
Let's go.
Yeah, that'll work.
Days Gone Wolverine. Oh yeah, he's gone. Oh yeah, cut it, cut it. Is this all just cinematic, or is there a game like right now? Is it QTE stuff or what?
Let's get you guys out of here.
Are you a superhero?
Look it. I'm Wolverine.
That was Omega Red. There's Sabretooth.
Some folks can't wait to die.
Woo. Yeah, it looks cool, man. Like,
I hope
I
you enjoyed that
still
new look
no
at Marvel's
like
Wolverine.
flesh
This is a
dismemberment.
single-player,
Like they're leaving the
action-adventure
dismemberment.
game
It seems like to the
featuring a
mechanical,
focused, story-driven experience
robotic
that will send Logan
appendages
on a
and
perilous
stuff.
journey across the globe,
But
where
you know, you
more
can't
than
stick
innocent
claws
mutant
through
lives
them
are
and
at
through their
stake.
faces and shit. So
In this game, mutants live in hiding, fearful of those who would hunt them down, while most of the world doesn't even know they exist. As you saw, you'll encounter iconic Marvel characters like Jean Grey, Mystique, and Sabretooth.
Some folks can't wait to die.
We also showed you a glimpse of the brutal combat you'll experience in Marvel's Wolverine. It's fast, fluid, and visceral in the way that only Logan can deliver. Marvel's Wolverine is built to take full advantage of the PlayStation 5 consoles, and we cannot wait for you to get your hands on it when it launches September 15th, 2026. We're also happy to announce that you can pre-order your copy today at the end of the show in select markets. Check out PlayStation Blog for more information.
September
On behalf
15th.
of everyone at Insomniac Games, thank you. We'll see you next time.
I need to fix something here, so it's gonna mess up my screen just slightly, guys. Gonna fix this. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Hello and welcome to State of Play. I wanted to start by thanking Marcus and the whole team at Insomniac for that extended look at Marvel's Wolverine. We've got a ton more to share with news and updates from both PlayStation Studios and third-party studios from around the globe. Let's get right to it with the latest from our friends at Arc System Works, XDev,
Oh, here we go. I'm
and
excited for this
Marvel
one.
Games.
It should up the quality slightly because I was capturing too small of an area.
Prepare to face the supreme master of the pugilistic art, the Duke of Get Your Dukes Up, Mr. Prepare to face the supreme master of the pugilistic art, the Duke of Get Your Dukes Up, Mr.
I don't know. Maybe some markets they're not available to pre-order for because of too much gore. I don't know. You'll watch me play it, Def Leppard, right on.
Defeated so many. You've defeated whole worlds.
This looks good.
You've never
This is Marvel
fought
Tokon.
Let me show
It's a
you
fighting game made by
why
Arc
you
System Works,
succeed.
RSJ.
Think you're a
It
genius
looks pretty good to
too?
me.
Your works are mere trinkets. My genius is endless. And now my turn.
Yeah, Arc System Works usually makes very like they make like Blaze Blue, you know, Guilty Gear, stuff like that.
Mutant kind shall rise.
It's got a lot of that really Japanese flavor.
The one to lead the way.
I think select markets meant like regions.
You look a little angry, Bug. Still holding a grudge. Pretty, huh?
And like usually when they say markets, they don't mean like storefronts. I don't think. But maybe I don't know, man. My thinking is like maybe they're still getting raided in some territories.
No mercy.
Let me do it. I'll slice you up. Don't be greedy. He's mine.
Knights of Doom, destroy them.
This looks so cool.
Feel my wrath.
The end is near.
Now this game is going to PC. This one was already announced for PC. I don't know.
I see much from my perch atop the tree of tranquility. Yet, there are some outcomes
What is this?
that are uncertain, even to me.
Oh, here we go.
Dragons! Let's roll!
Rayman.
Your heroics will no doubt be the stuff of tales twice told throughout the Glade of Dreams.
Come feed my ox.
Calming biscuits? But, oh!
Follow me, brave heroes.
Been a while since we've had good new Rayman games.
Glade of Dreams is in great
Yeah,
danger.
Rayman's Ubisoft, RSJ.
It's time I made my mark.
It's 4 against 1! You don't stand a chance! Maybe he stands a little bit of a chance.
Globox to the rescue!
I am as fast as a falcon! Kick's eyes!
For the Glade, then!
You think this ends here?
Cool! I'm here!
Are you ready for our game, Rayman?
Legends Retold. Nice. October 1st. Are they even... Yeah. That'll be everywhere, for sure.
Say.
You can't stop me and get sloppy to bear on them. They try to be mad, they put tears on a mishpat. Yeah, so incredible. When you're this good, go let them know. Yeah, so incredible. When you're this good, go let them know. They ain't never hear a man like this. They ain't never seen a man like this. Go let them know. They ain't never hear a man like this. They ain't never seen a man like this. Go let them know.
Cool. Oh, I remember when the creator of this revealed this game for the first time. It looked really cool then, but I don't remember what it is. I just remember that shot of the city and the character. Yeah, it looks pretty fun.
うっかり死んだ
Kimori.
りしちゃないよう気をつけるんだぜ。
2027.
Hi everyone! お久しぶりです。
Yeah, that's who-
安心の中村郁美です。
Yep.
Did you miss me? I missed you! と言っても多分私のことを知らないし忘れてる人もいるかもしれないんですけど、そうだな。見てね、お姉さんです。今日皆さんにお届けしたのは妖怪ハンターアクションゲーム煙です。舞台は煙シティ。この世とあの世が
I remember people loved her when she announced the game the first time, like that she was working on a game.
煙あるところに妖怪ありという言葉がありまして、それを妖怪ハンターが見つけ出します。そこで使うのが妖怪ハンターだけが使えるフォックスウィンドウ、狐の窓です。この窓を介してパラノーマル現象や妖怪を見つけ出して、で可視化してそこに妖怪をハントする。しかし妖怪をただただ集めるわけではありません。私たちのゲームでは妖怪と契約をしなければなりません。頂上をまとい未知を狩る、あなた自身に憑依してもらいます。そして憑依した妖怪のパワーを使って憑依アパレルというかっこいいアパレルをまとってスーパーパワーでもっと強い妖怪に挑んでこの世界の謎に近づいていく。ハンターは種類が3つありまして、1つは刀ハンターになります。もう一つは弓ハンター、次はシャーマン。そこで皆さんお気づきの通りマルチプレイあります。仲間と一緒に暴れて
It's kind of like Sunset Overdrive vibes a little bit.
一緒にこの煙シティで煙って遊んでいただければ嬉しいです。私たちはカオスをお届けして笑いをお届けしたいと思って煙を作ってます。あの世に最も近い都市煙シティへようこそと言いたいところですが、煙はまだまだ開発中です。情報いっぱい落としていきますので、もうとにかく煙の世界をこれから楽しんでください。レッツ煙、煙っていこう。シュッシュシューシュッシュシューシュッシュシューカカカカカカ。
2027. Oh, there was screenshots of this that were just put out there. This looks pretty good.
Been halfway across the continent looking for you.
I'll be playing this. Pretty damn sure.
Hard woman to track down.
Well, you found me.
We did. We found you.
Ms. Croft, I hear.
This is the one you're looking forward to? Yeah, it's looking fucking. This looks good, man.
This isn't about glory or money or making the world a better place. This is a puzzle buried in centuries of silence. You don't strike me as someone who walks past a locked door without wondering what's behind it. There's a reason I can only trust you with this.
Damn, that's a dinosaur. Yes.
Gotta say, you captured your good side.
You're assuming I've got a bad side.
Yeah, let's go. That looks fucking good, man. February? Well, February 2027's cooking, man. We got Fable and Tomb Raider. Hell yeah.
So, what was your favorite from today?
I liked the Anisol.
This was Annapurna, right?
What did you like about it?
He's big and loud.
Is this a Jurassic
I think
Park
my favorite
Annapurna
is
game?
the Diplodocus.
Fable gonna need. Nah, I think Fable and Tomb Raider can coexist. Oh, this looks cool. It's like a survival, like horror-esque, like Jurassic Park game.
You need to keep moving. You have no other choice.
There's always a choice.
The Lost Watch. It's not a Jurassic Park game. It's a Jurassic Park game without being a Jurassic Park game. Interesting. It's a baby.
Back in early 2023, S-Game first showed us Phantom Blade Zero in passing at a hotel. And we knew immediately that this game had incredible potential. Look forward to more details in a gameplay and story deep dive
late
later
summer.
this summer. Next, let's head over to the sandworm-infested sands of Arrakis in Dune Awakening. In this open-world survival RPG, you can fully immerse yourself in the world of Dune. Unravel a cinematic story filled with mystery and intrigue, featuring many of the characters from the books and movies.
Find the Fremen, wake the sleeper.
Alone or with friends, you will explore the vast open world of Arrakis and learn to survive and thrive by unlocking the secrets of the Fremen. Along the way, you'll discover new technologies, craft gadgets and weaponry, and build a base of operations that
This
will
has been out
grow
on
and expand as you progress towards
PC
power
for a
and
while.
fortune. Pursue the path of the Bene Gesserit, Swordmaster, Trooper, or Mentat, and master anything from mind control to brutal hand-to-hand combat.
Looks like it, Brett.
In Dune Awakening, you can choose to play with your friends or alone in a brand new single-player mode arriving with the PlayStation release. Dune Awakening arrives on PS5 on September 22nd. Pre-orders start
September
today.
22nd.
The fan favorite PS2 classic Dynasty Warriors 3 is getting remastered for PS5. Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered is a modern revival of the 2001 game that established the foundation of the series.
A lot of the PC community on that game has kind of talked how they were kind of wrapped it up, I thought.
Across vast battlefields.
That was interesting.
And joining the battle is Zolan, the protagonist from Dynasty Warriors Origins.
I'm sure there's plenty of content to play for new players, though. What is it? Was Dune Awakening already in
Warriors 3
Xbox?
Complete Edition Remastered launches later this year. Pre-orders start today.
I don't remember.
From the award-winning studio behind the Ori series comes a bold new vision for action RPGs. No Rest for the Wicked is a brutal Souls-like built around skill, consequence, and precision combat. Step into a living hand-painted world you can explore alone or share with friends in your own persistent realm.
This game's been in early access on Steam for a while.
The highly anticipated full 1.0 release expands everything. A massive world, a deep class and progression system, and hundreds of hours of content, including endgame, all with full crossplay and cross-save. No Rest for the Wicked launches on PS5 this October and is available to wishlist now. Up next, let's check in with Capcom for an update on Onimusha: Way of the Sword.
Doesn't matter. A beast isn't far from an Oni, you know.
You do well to follow his example.
I thought you'd see the appeal, Musashi.
That castle on the mountain.
Musashi, I sense Genma. Prepare yourself. No ordinary Genma can move like that. I doubt this area was designed to welcome visitors. The castle's owner must be terribly cautious.
I am Suten Tochi. Miyamoto Musashi. The fool who seeks strength, yet rejects the power of the Oni.
A lot of third party at this show so far. A lot of third party.
Witness my might!
If you live by the sword, fighting is everything. So you've lost. Will you swap the sword for a trowel?
Like hell I will.
No. What then? Are you going to start taking human souls?
Phantom Blade, Calorie.
Souls.
That one for sure.
Musashi, if that's the path he walks.
Tokon, Marvel Token.
I've chosen to trust Musashi's judgment in all matters.
Ori departed. Give me every ounce of power that you have. In return.
Then get going, Onimusha.
Well, I'm talking about not on Xbox, Calorie. Like, I'm not concluding the whole PC thing with when you talk about exclusivity because, like, honestly, I think all games should be on PC.
We can't wait to get our hands on Onimusha: Way of the Sword this September. But you won't have to wait long to try it yourself. Here's one more update from the Onimusha team.
Well, they're publishing the Marvel Token game. Phantom Blade Zero, I think they're also publishing, if I'm not mistaken. The first party studio wise, I think Wolverine might be the only one we've seen so far. This is a Silent Hill.
Hey! Who's there?
Simon. Are you there? Please say something. Where did you go, Simon?
Something doesn't feel right. Zoe? I'm sorry, Zoe?
What are you doing here?
Yo, PTK, what's up, dude? I don't remember Given Soul. I don't remember if this one was announced that it was coming to both or not.
I'm so sorry.
Townfall.
The target is the front gate of the capital of our homeland.
There's a lot of that.
Federation of
That's the
Central
Sergeant
Asia.
Sentinel.
We will storm from the sea and take the capital back from our enemy.
So you're the next one? The one whose rear we'll have to cover?
The people left behind back on the continent need something to hold on to. Some sort of symbol that inspires hope.
We will be in visual range of the land battleship soon.
Giant! Enemy artillery intensifying. Damn it. Where's
This new Ace Combat.
All units return to base.
Where are you going, Copter?
Cover Tasha, Rex.
That's where the Wings of Thief comes in. The legendary savior. Dee wants the
This was a
legendary
big,
savior to get as much publicity as possible. More exposure?
Game announcement. What show was this shown at last time? I forget, but
All aircraft.
was it the Game Awards? I think, right? I remember. Yeah, this was my highlight of the Game Awards.
You fight the Wings of Thieves. No harm will come to you.
Yeah, this was revealed at the Game Awards.
Hands to the sky, everyone. Up and within reach.
The Terminus fingers.
What, the imposter? Sharing information is
I think it's the last time we saw the Silent Hill game too.
That's all we can offer, right, Joker One?
It's an ambush. Shadows.
Just as planned. We dangled the bait and Wings took it.
We'll find out soon enough.
Would you please?
Green fight. Defensive maneuver.
We've got a leak.
Is it time to run, Ray?
Hang on. Joker One, down's an enemy.
You never ran away, did you?
Here we go, Rex.
Come on, Ray.
Let's go, Rex. These skies belong to you, Rex. Go take what's
Ace
yours.
Combat's so good. This is what it seems like, Brett. Well, there's an October. There's an October.
皆さんこんにちは。エースコマットシリーズブランドディレクターの河野です。お待たせいたしました。エースコマット8 Wings of Steve の発売日は
Props to this franchise for still existing. You know,
アクセスは9月29日になります。
like let's get Sega to bring Afterburner back. That'd be cool.
エースコマット8で直面する出来事を一つ一つのカットに意味を持たせて約2分にギュッと詰め込んでいます。自由自在に空を飛び、ドッグファイトの興奮を味わいながら
Let's bring Crimson Skies back.
体験ができる。他にはないエースコンバットだけの
Crimson Skies was fucking sick,
そこに
man.
広がっています。加えて もう一つお伝えしたいことがあります。こちらの映像をご覧ください。
Did you know there are 3 kinds of aces?
今回エースコンバット8ウィングス・オブ・シーブにはダウンロード版はプレイオーダー特典として、パッケージ版には早期購入特典としてエースコンバット0ザ・ベルカン・ウォーの移植版がつくことになりました。ぜひ8と世界を同じくするストレンジリアルの世界をもっと深く楽しんでください。お知らせした通り発売まではあと少しです。出撃の準備を整えてお待ちください。ありがとうございました。
Looking good. Saber. Whoa, Fast and Furious? A Knight Rider? Let's go! Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Like, okay, so I'm seeing classic cars from different things. There's classic cars from different fucking things here. Oh yeah, so there's that was from fucking Mad Max. What the fuck is this? Is this a new Twisted Metal or some shit? Back to the Future? Like, what's going on right now? Well, why are we having all these iconic cars show up from movies? What's happening? Is this Stuntman returning? And like with a bunch of iconic, crazy.
Yep, roll playback.
What? That's cool, man. Let's go. Stuntmans are fun, dude. It looks cool. I'm down to play that.
There's a wounded man. Nasty injuries. It's like a beast tore him apart.
A beast? Out here? Are you drunk or something? Do him up and show him out. But he's still weak, so be careful.
What's going on?
At first I was like, Fast and Furious game? Then I was like, wait, what are these other cars? Ow! Ew, he's tripping. Whoa.
Die.
Ill.
Bastard. And you're tough. Surprisingly lively for someone who just came out of a coma.
If you want to survive,
oh, there's an ass.
Hustle.
You fell from the moon?
I will help you, but you must not go there.
I'll take my chances. Turns out I'm a lucky man.
You'll find nothing there. But death.
Well, good luck. Keep quiet in there.
It's definitely interesting. Remedy?
Something is coming. I have to go. It felt like an earthquake. But it was just a paperclip.
falling off a desk. The tiniest tremor before the main event.
Jesse.
Yeah, it's Control 2.
I know what they put you through. You never had a chance.
Two days before the lockdown fell, an uncategorized resonance appeared in Manhattan. As things stand right now, Dylan, you're our only shot at survival.
You are not FBC. You're not even fucking human.
The FBC locked me in that cell for years and forgot about me.
How did that Fire Brick game do? Like, did anybody even touch that thing?
People can change. The past doesn't matter.
I think I played it like
How are you
once.
today?
Looks good. Control was pretty cool,
We're gonna
man.
have a lot of fun together.
A marathon. I gotta say, man, I hate, like, I just hate the, like, modular design style of Marathon. I like the colors, but the whole modular look, I'm not a fan of.
For those without eyes to see.
It's a fun game, though. It's just,
Blank and vast.
I don't know.
Secrets buried
Didn't super grab me
graves.
when I played it.
I cried out in my sleep. A warning. 100. Buried. Do you crave endless life?
Like, does anybody see this trailer and get excited? I'm just curious. Nothing like if they had announced a new Destiny expansion. Like, the energy around that would have been insane. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, cool. It didn't.
The dangerous and cutthroat world of Marathon expands today with its second season, Nightfall. And if you haven't checked out Marathon yet, Bungie announced an open trial period for the launch of Season 2. You'll also be able to pick up Marathon at a discount. Now, let's take a look at what's coming soon to PlayStation Plus. Up first, a beloved fantasy world is finally coming to PlayStation for the first time. RuneScape Dragon Wilds is an open-world survival game where you rise from survivor to dragon slayer. Play solo or with friends as you explore Ashenfall, a beautiful, dangerous new frontier in the RuneScape universe, where power is earned and every action deepens your mastery. With magic at your command, cross deadly terrain, mass forage in seconds, uncover hidden paths, and outmatch brutal monsters. Craft stronger gear, master magic, melee, and ranged combat.
I have to be honest,
Into
this
uncharted
game,
regions of Gielinor.
like,
Build
I'm
a
sure
home
it can be
together,
fun and stuff
farm the land,
with everything
and
that's
fish the
involved,
waters. Make
but
it
I think it
yours.
just kind of looks like dog shit.
RuneScape Dragon Wilds arrives day one on PlayStation Plus later this year. Next up, here's a preview of games coming to the Classics catalog over the
Yeah,
next few
you
months.
excited to see them expand on it? Hey, right on. That's cool, man.
In June, battle colorful enemies with musical instruments in Guitaru Man, one of the most stylish rhythm games from the PS2 era.
Guitaru Man.
In July, PsyOps The Mindgate Conspiracy joins the Classics catalog. This PS2 action-adventure mixes run-and-gun gameplay with psychic powers.
We got like 12 minutes left.
And finally,
fucking out of water.
Onimusha Dawn of Dreams, a Capcom classic from 2006, launches later this year in August.
PlayStation. Fine, we got PlayStation Studios. Oh shit. Okay.
Akashima Island, haunted by dark stories. Our goal.
I was like halfway excited for a second.
Corrupting paradise. This is Dead True International.
Fire Sprite. Maybe this will be.
Come on, let's get a photo together.
Come on, be cool. What are you?
Over! You're rotated on that one.
A for effort, dude.
Who's the buff idiot?
Does no one know this guy?
This is how villains are made.
Oh, you two haven't met yet, right?
Sebastian, how about looking out for you?
Roland, whenever you're ready. This facility has been shut down for decades. Uninvestigated, untold, until now.
This is how villains are made.
Did you hear that?
Nate, are you out there?
This just took a turn.
We gotta go. Right! I have a bad feeling.
Let's get rid of it.
Grip it tight.
No! He's coming! Through there!
Take a deep breath.
Fuck! Which way?
Steady the mind.
We're gonna have to jump!
There's rocks down there!
Go!
Ow!
Can you do what needs?
Yeah, this is like Until Dawn. Oh, it's the Replacer. It's the Replacer, everybody. The Replacer's in the fucking game. It is Until Dawn. Until Dawn 2. Okay. Cool. Didn't see that coming.
Hi, I'm Stu Tilley, Creative Director at Firesprite Games, and I hope you enjoyed the first look at our brand new installment of Until Dawn. In Until Dawn 2, a successful crew of ghost hunters who fake all their best content come face to face with real horrors for the very first time.
Whenever you're ready.
Having just signed a deal with a major TV network, they visit an abandoned tropical island. But beneath that beautiful surface lies dreadful, heartbreaking secrets, centuries old and hungry for vengeance. We're looking forward to sharing more details about this very soon, ahead of release in 2027. Thank you.
Should be, yeah, I guess like
Now,
10
we have
minutes.
One more game to show.
One
and
more.
It is something special. This is a brand new title debuting with more than 20 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay.
20
So turn
minutes
up
of
the volume,
gameplay?
sit
Brand new
back,
game?
and enjoy.
Okay. Here we go. What is this? What is this? You have my interest. It is a PlayStation Studios game. "20 minutes of gameplay on a brand new fucking game that we haven't seen before. What is it?" They're definitely holding on to the suspense. This is God of War. This is Frey. This is gonna be the God of War Frey game. I'm calling it. Sony Santa Monica. It's not fair games.
Find your way home. You are free.
Yeah, God of War Egypt. I'm confused. Because isn't this how Ragnarok started? Or 20, was it 2018? I can't remember which one started this. Boy. They were just fucking with us. Okay. Is it Faye or Frey? Okay, so. Oh look, Mav was right. I got something right. Although I don't know her fucking name. I can't remember if it's Faye or Frey. Is that the actress? That's the actress from Daredevil, guys. That's Karen. That's fucking Karen. It's Karen. It's Karen from Daredevil. It's fucking Karen. It's fucking Karen, everybody. It's Karen. This is what she's been doing. This is why she had to leave town. Fucking Karen from Daredevil. Snarf. Snarf. Snarf.
You know where I am?
You didn't watch Daredevil? Can we just call it's God of War Karen? God of War fucking Karen. Yes.
I didn't know you like Karen so much.
No. But I recognized her.
Burned clothes. The pyre. It
They
happened.
literally added a Karen to come.
They're starting on the path. It's just I didn't get to say goodbye.
Wow, that didn't look good. The animations look a little shit for the moves. I mean it's still in development, so. There's something up with the like mantling and the jumping. It just kind of looks off to me.
Mask. shouldn't have been that difficult.
Oh my fuck. Why?
Armor. Good idea.
Oh my god, guys. I was excited that we were gonna get something cool. And we got this. Huh? Snarf seems okay. Oh my gosh. I wonder what David Jaffe is thinking right now.
Guess I'll find my own way from here.
Yeah, I'm sure this gameplay is gonna be solid and fine, and it's gonna be like it's just like. I mean, this is a fucking Sony Santa Monica game. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they've been working on. Like, you don't get multiple things. Like, this is their thing. So, how long before the next big Sony Santa Monica thing? You know what I mean? Like,
There's another
mask. There's only one Sony Santa Monica, right? So this is what we get. And I was literally actually like, okay, 20 minutes, new fucking game. Like, so PlayStation Studios, fuck yeah, okay, they just had the Until Dawn thing. It could be okay. Like,
Did she come from the Eagle Ocean? Not the gates. The gateway is closed.
yeah, the graphics are going to be great, you know. It's probably going to have a cool story. Like, it's just like... It's like... You know, when Rocksteady, you know, they made the Suicide Squad instead of another Batman Arkham game. You know what I mean?
That creature.
Just like, I think Suicide Squad was still a really good, fun game. I enjoyed it. I don't think it deserved all the hate it got. And this probably won't deserve all the hate it's gonna get either. But it's just like disappointing to know that this is the thing that Sony Santa Monica is making. You know what I mean? Like, be cool, like maybe side story with her made from another studio that they outsourced to. You know, like. You know, I'm not a big God of War fan anyway, so maybe the diehard God of War community is going to be super hyped for this. I don't know. I don't think that they are, though. I mean, Sons of Sparta than this? This is what you call milking an IP. This is like trying to expand the universe for the sake of it, not because it's what the actual audience is maybe interested in, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I could be wrong. I'm not super in touch with the God of War community. It's just like, if I'm imagining if this was like me and I'm watching like Gears of War announcement and we're expecting the next installment. you know, it like eh. It was something like this. No. This is why they went back into the E-Day instead of doing Gear 6, right?
Another mask.
Yeah, I mean, it's a super high quality studio.
I wonder.
You know? So
Do
they need to work on
you
some of the
think
like
this
movement animations
could set you
with like
free?
jumping and mantling and stuff like that. So some of that looked a little off to me. But overall, I'm sure it's going to be super high quality.
You touch me again, and I swear.
Right, Calorie. Exactly. That 100%.
Would you like to see how hard it is to die here, Godly? I can show you.
You can't keep me here.
The gateway is closed. There is no escape.
Yeah, 100%, sir.
Resisting the truth.
I mean, these are like Egyptian as gods right here. Like that's just very Egyptian. Like with that mask, the thing coming down on the chin, the snake on the head.
Sekhmet.
No. Betsy. I will handle that problem. You deal with our new pet.
But like, it doesn't. Nothing else screams Egypt to me whatsoever. So I'm sure this is like I'm kind of confused. Like the only thing that screams it is like their staffs, you know, and her mask. Aztec, yeah, it could be similar because it's similar, right? I don't know. You think she is Bass from Egyptian lore?
Okay. I think they're gone.
Yeah, she looked like an Egyptian goddess or something. Like, what the fuck is this?
Fresh air. Oh, you're different.
You're a cube. Talking. You know what? It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's a meme.
How do we get out of here?
You're a cube.
Yeah, we've tried.
Talking.
There's no way out.
What the Disney shit is this?
I'm not the sword.
This is fucking God of War.
Obviously. And my name is Rue. The cube is Frank.
I'm Faye. There has to be a way out of here.
A way out? But you're not even all here.
Of course I'm not here. I'm dead.
You're a talking cube.
You have to be dead to come through the gateway.
It's like you're holding something back.
This isn't working.
No, it's not. This is not working. This is not working at all. What the fuck? This is not working. This is not working. You said it right.
I call it the everyone.
Afterlife of the gods. Great.
So, what's the plan, boss?
Not your boss, Frank. That cask. That's why you're trapped.
Yeah. Wait, you made that big explosion happen, right? Could you do that again?
My magic, it's wrong here. I feel wrong here.
You won out,
You
right?
should. You absolutely should.
We all
This
want
is
that.
not right.
We definitely do.
Faye, you need to accept it. All of it. You're dead.
Yes, you need to accept it. You're dead.
Simple.
Oh my god, this whole thing's a fucking meme. Oh my god. This whole thing is a fucking giant meme. It's a fucking whole analogy of PlayStation and the state of their creativity with their fucking first-party studios.
On what you do need.
Holy shit! Even the dialogue is fucking telling it like it is. Oh my god! What the fuck am I watching right now?
Find your way home.
Hey, that's it. What were you thinking of?
I promise.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is what Sony Santa Monica's been making, everybody.
Get ready.
Wait, not a good idea. Bad idea.
This is a waste of years and talent. Their big new game reveal. Oh, finally we have some hope. Save the day. Oh no, he's not actually there. No, the fucking the hope just vanished. The hope just fucking vanished, bro. The hope just fucking vanished before our eyes, dude. Oh my god, there was hope. Oh my god.
Rue?
Are you
I
serious?
think you should give her the sword.
How do I know I can trust her?
I'll give it back. I promise.
This is like painful, bro.
Take it.
I feel so bad for God of War fans right now. I feel so bad for God of War fans right now, dude. Oh my god. Oh, fuck me. Oh my god. Oh, I would like to send my deepest sympathy and condolences to the God of War community.
You need to get out of here.
Not until I get you out.
I don't need help.
Here we go, coming up behind.
Yeah, I need some water. Okay, at least some of the combat looks good. What the fuck is going on up there?
Got an idea on opening that cage.
Hey, kids, get ready!
Come on!
No, I got a promise to keep.
Is this a joke?
Lady, that sword, it's more than you think it is.
Are you all ready? I will kill you.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Gotham.
That fucking cube, dude. I fucking die. What the? I can't take my eyes off of the dumbass cube, bro.
Faye, focus!
Whose idea was that? Let's just have a fucking weird ass cube. It's just like,
What is it?
I'm fucking. I Fucking cube, bro. Oh, that's, you said it all, Black Knight. 100%. God of Cube.
Just give up.
I don't give up.
Guys, this is not just dog shit. This is not just whatever. This is a fucking embarrassment, bro. This is a fucking embarrassment. Holy shit. You presented 20 minutes of just pure agony and defeat to the most important fan base that you have, to your God of War community. You just fucking bitch slapped your entire fucking community in the face with this absolutely atrocious looking, horrific ass fucking dog shit cube filled fucking bullshit game. Oh my fuck. What the hell was that? Holy shit. God of War Leve? Laffy? Fucking Laffy. Fucking laugh our asses off at that shit. Wow. I have never had this reaction to anything shown at any showcase before. Way to start with Wolverine, and way to just suck the life out of every single person watching this. Holy shit. That show went from a maybe 7 to possible 8 down to a 2. I'll give it a 2 because at least Wolverine and Ace Combat and Tomb Raider meant something. Wow. Holy balls, dude. Holy balls. What was that? Cancel it. Start, cancel it. If they don't know when it's coming, just cancel it now. You start over. It's Louve. I am honestly at a loss. I don't know. I don't know what to say right now. Let me compose some thoughts. Well, that's how the cookie crumbles. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Well, that just happened. Well, that was a thing. Well, what a way to start showcase season, isn't it, everybody? Well, I just went on a rant before the whole thing went on about how we should be like more accepting of everything and how Gen X has lost their mind. And here I am being like, what the shit was that? We deserve fucking better. You're fucking making this dog shit like a... Oh my God. What? Brett Bingham with the $2 super chat, bro. Appreciate you. Says poll. State of play, state of pay, or state of pain? All right, okay, I'll do your poll. You paid for it, bro. I appreciate it. I'll do a poll here, and let me hit this. All right, but I'm gonna do okay. State of Wait, what was the options? State of play? Oh wait, hold on. State of play. State of pay. State of pain. And I'll just add another option. And here we go. Here's the poll. State of piss, like Sean says. Yo, appreciate you guys for being here. Thanks for watching that dog shit with me. You guys rock. Now, I will say, before the ending, before the last 20 minutes, I was like, hey, it's not too bad. Like, Until Dawn, you know, it's like cool, like whatever. I know there's like an audience for that. The first game, like, carried on and it was pretty popular. A lot of people like it. They even ended up making a movie. They tried to milk it with the remaster that didn't make it look any better. It was pointless, right? Until Dawn 2, cool, man. It's like, that's fine, you know? And then I was like, all right, you're going to bring the sauce for the last one, at least. You know, you're going to bring the sauce. You're going to bring something that's going to just absolutely make us jump to the roof. And, like, one of these first-party studios is making something so fucking sick. And, you know, they got two studios that, like, to me, are, like, two of the best studios in the world. One of them being Naughty Dog and one of them being Sony Santa Monica, you know? And there's, like, everybody just flips out whenever their next game comes out, and rightfully so. And this is what Sony Santa Monica's been cooking? What happened? What happened to them? What happened? And I'm not a big, like, God of War fan, but even I, like, respected the, like, what God of War was and what it was doing. Like, this, I understand kind of what the God of War community is looking for, I believe. And I honestly think this was just a whole fucking cube bitch slap to their face. The whole, like, what was the cube, dude? What was that cube? Oh god, I mean, and you know, besides that, like, that there was, you know, for first party there's Fire Sprite, there was Sony Santa Monica, and then you had Insomniac with Wolverine. Insomniac, it looked the best with Wolverine. Wolverine sold me. I got to give him credit on that. I was on the fence a little bit. What I saw from it sold me, you know? Didn't see Intergalactic like I was hoping, you know? Didn't see some other stuff. They could have announced some other cool stuff. You know, I mean, we saw some great third-party multi-platform games in there. You know, I really think there was some good multi-platform third-party games. There was a lot of it. I mean, the show was mostly filled up with that stuff. Which, you know, if they have a couple of big announcements, it would normally be fine. But to have your big thing and then be so proud of that you're gonna give people 20 minutes of it. You gave people 20 minutes of that shit. You gave people 20 minutes of that shit. Yeah, 20 we watched that for 20 minutes at their showcase. I'm really at a loss on things. I think the problem is it's not just that, like, oh, that game didn't really look that great or whatever, but this is like one of the, like, the biggest selling points that PlayStation's always had for their brand is the games that these specific studios can create. And everybody's been waiting for that next Sony Santa Monica game, right? And that ain't it, bub. That shit ain't it. It's like God of War, okay, and even with it being like the whole Faye game or Luve, or I don't know, I'm confused on that whole thing. Because I thought it was Faye or Frey, but then the game's called God of War Leve, I think, because that's how there's a singer out there that's Icelandic she goes by Leve. That's how you spell it, right? I'm so I don't know that. Except my Series X Sperling says that was the worst showcase I think I've ever seen. And you're usually pretty generous with your fairness. Like how much can they not hit? Like how opposite can they be in their thinking of what I could be wrong. I want to see the reaction to other people on Twitter. So let's look at that. I want to see the reaction on Twitter. And we will dissect the response. Luve. Imagine that it comes out that Wolverine's. I doubt that. Did you just see a cube fight? Yeah. We just saw a Sword in the Stone Disney-esque magic cube fighting in a God of War game. Okay. $2 super chat from Ron G 2477 Kid says, you hating, bro. Luve or Leve, whatever, kicks Fable ass 100 times. Okay. That's a weird comparison to make. I don't know why you'd be comparing Fable to that game. Fable, you can also make your. I don't know why. Is it because they've shown it's a completely different kind of game? Why are you comparing that to Fable? It's a completely. I'm sorry that they did this to you. Okay, Ron. Ron. You have my deepest sympathy and condolences, bro. Honestly, I'm so sorry for what they just did. But you can't blame Fable for it. You can't blame Xbox for that. Okay? Now, I know you want to try to, right? I know you want to try to go out there and say, hey, this looks better than a completely different kind of game that's made by a completely different kind of studio, other than the kind of game that you were probably expecting to get from the studio that you were looking forward to your game. I understand the hurt that you're going through right now, so I'm not just going to call you an idiot for that take, okay? I understand, but I do appreciate the $2 super chat very, very much. Dude, I'm so sorry for your loss. Absolutely so sorry. I hope that there's some kind of redemption that can happen for God of War and that entire franchise that is being drugged through the absolute shit pile sewer right now for you. I absolutely do. But thank you so much for the super chat. Ron G 2477 Kid with another $2. Appreciate it. Says, I just wish it was for PC. Yeah, I don't care, honestly, on this one. Absolutely at all. Like whatsoever where they put this game. Nate Dogg says that looked dog shit. Graphics the only redeeming quality. Got a cube. Damage control has officially begun. Ohio State says it's gonna get credit for its graphics. Yeah, it has good graphics. You know, there's a lot of fucking games I will say that we saw in that showcase that it honestly looked like they even had better graphics than that. We saw several games in that showcase that I feel like had better graphics than that. Some of the Silent Hill stuff, or that Ill game, as well. Fuck, even some of the Ace Combat shit that we saw, to be honest with you. Brett Bingham with a $2 super chat says, Sony literally told fans, hold this L for me. Like, yeah. I don't understand what the hell just happened there. The stuntman announcement was fucking hype, Calorie. Let's go back, I mean, against my better judgment, and see some of this stuff, okay? Because I want to kind of recap a little bit, try to be as fair as possible here, right? I'm not going to watch this whole thing. I just want to remember everything that we went through on this roller coaster ride. Ron G with the $2 super chat again says, nah, that shit look epic. I'm very impressed. Hey, if it floats your boat, dude, honestly, I'm super happy for you. I'm super happy for you. I'm glad that you're excited for it, honestly. And we can all enjoy what we want. And ain't no reason to be ashamed. If that looks like your shit, that's awesome, dude. I hope you enjoy the hell out of it. And I'm glad you're super excited for it. But you don't need to go fucking try and drag Fable's name through the mud to fucking say you're excited about a game. Why the fuck you gotta compare it to Fable? Ain't had nothing to do with Fable. But if you're excited for that game, cool, man. I think it looks like ass. But that's just my opinion. Overall show was decent. The end definitely threw you big. Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I was like ready to give them pretty like 8 maybe. I was thinking about it honestly before, you know, because like my thinking on the show was like, you know, I was at like maybe a 7 just because like I wanted to see more from like Sony big first party studios, you know, and we hadn't really seen much of it. We saw the Wolverine game, and that I think up until then, okay, you got Sony Studios at the end. You got it was like Fire Sprite, and it's like Until Dawn. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. You know, that's a little cool thing that some people can be excited for sure. And then I was like, okay, well, like this whole show can go from like that 7 to maybe like 8 to even maybe 9, depending on what they end it with. 20 minutes of a brand new game, and then you see Sony Santa Monica. It's like, okay, this could be really fucking fire. And that was just a fucking womp 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 for me. That ending just absolutely fucking tanked the entire thing. You know, that was like absolutely so bad. And it's not because like that game can't exist on its own or whatever. It's because it's fucking God of War and it's Sony Santa Monica. You know, like. All right, so Wolverine, again, I mean, Wolverine, like, sold me with this action sequence. Like, they didn't show 100% what I wanted to see. I didn't see all of the, like, open world-esqueness. I'm curious more about how the world is going to be, how the game's going to progress me through it, you know? I wanted to kind of see the overall, that aspect, but we got a nice sandbox environment here that we saw kind of carry through some of the story sequences and pure gameplay. That looked fun as fuck to me. I'm definitely down, right? So Wolverine, awesome. Starting off on fire, you know, starting off a really good way. Okay, you know, you got Marvel Token coming up next. Seen this a lot of times already. Was already excited for it. Wait, this isn't Marvel Token, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Was already excited for it. And then they just had me even kind of more excited for it, right? Ranji says, with $2 super chat, all I see is 2 females with swords. That's why. Well, Fable, you can make your own character. So that's just the kind of default character they've shown in the trailers. But you can make your own character. You can make a guy if you want to. Calorie says, if Wolverine comes to PC, you'll get it full price. Right on. Yeah, so Marvel token, they've shown it numerous times, so you didn't really see anything new that's like, oh, sold me anything. It's just, hey, the game's coming out soon. Already sold on it. Didn't really add or take anything away from the show. Rayman was cool to see it here as well, because Rayman is a platformer that we've been kind of missing. So glad that they brought it back. But again, we have okay. This is where this whole show started taking a little bit of a turn for me. Like we had this Bancho the Chef game. I was like, cool. All right, it's fine. I'm sure some people like it. This game looked pretty cool. I still need to learn more about it. I don't think this is gonna end up being something huge. To be frank, I think it's just gonna be kind of like one of those games that releases and kind of like cool. People play it for a little bit and kind of done with it. But it does look pretty interesting. I like the spirit and that the developer has. Maybe it'll catch on fire. Who knows? But I think the graphics are pretty good. I think it's Komori. I think the graphics and the gameplay look pretty good overall. But it's not like, oh yeah, I gotta get this shit, you know. Let's see. Next we had. Let's see. Next we had. Oh yeah, highlight of the show, Tomb Raider. Honestly, like Tomb Raider looked fucking sick, right? Looked absolutely awesome. I love this trailer. Crystal Dynamics has been cooking on this thing, man. I mean, this looks so good. So Tomb Raider was like cool, yeah. But we're still into that thing where it's like I'm not seeing like big giant things from the Sony first party studios. You know, even Token was Arc System Works, so it's like kind of like a money hat published game, you know. We had a Phantom Blade show up again. They're gonna give a bigger trailer later. Seen it so many times. This was the worst part of the show. They're doing Awakening, cool, you know. It's already been out for a long time. Let's see, you have the Dynasty Warriors 3 remaster. I think you had like No Rest for the Wicked's been playable for a long time already. Getting this 1.0 release. Like this is kind of like filler stuff to me, but it's like interesting for specific fans. But then there's Onimusha. You know, we've already seen it a few times. I'm sure we'll see it again at the Keighley show. This is fine, cool. You know, I haven't really been excited for the Onimusha at all, to be honest with you. Let's see, what else was there? We had the Silent Hill game. This looked very similar to the other trailer we saw for it. I think the graphics look fantastic on this game. I've seen it already. Ace Combat again looked awesome. It's a little highlight for me. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Ace Combat. Okay, Stuntman highlight. They had some cool even with the third-party games, though, that they had, there wasn't a lot of new game announcements that were third-party. This was one for me that I didn't know they were making. So Stuntman Hollywood was a nice surprise. This was that Ill game. The graphics looked crazy on it. Looked very, like, if you're into, like, old-school survival horror, it looked like it might be for you. Control 2, I think this is the second time we've seen it. Control Resonant, sorry. Marathon, blah, 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 blah. Just get past this shit. Marathon Nightfall. Yeah, this, look, whatever. I'm just skipping past this. Didn't do anything for me. Until Dawn, I was curious what this was at first. It's like Fire Sprite. It's like, okay. Did they release the trailer yet? I thought they were releasing it at Summer Game Fest on Sunday, Brett. I know that they had like talked about it, but did they drop the trailer for Clutch? This Until Dawn looked pretty good, man. For one of those kind of games. And then this was like the joke. This whole thing, the last 20 minutes was a fucking meme. It was a fucking meme, bro. It was Karen from Daredevil. I was like, okay, fuck, that's Karen, right? And this whole thing, like, see, I was like, is this gonna get good? I kept waiting for it to get good, but it got worse. Like, I kept hoping that this thing was gonna get good, and then it just got worse and worse and worse. They released a 5-minute announcement of Clutch. Yeah, but they said the actual game, like the trailer, wasn't actually dropping, right? I don't think they had any. Did they have any footage of it yet, besides this little panning shots? If you guys want to watch it, I'll bring it up though, because I am curious. That's a game I am going to be keeping an eye on. Let's see here. I'll bring it up. Okay. This is the Clutch reveal from Maverick Games, who is made up of former Forza Horizon devs, former Playground devs. I think they also brought another racing game aficionados from the development community to build up that team. And this is their first game. They've been in the works. I have no doubt that this is probably going to be good, but I haven't seen this yet. I saw them post that they were going to have the trailer reveal, like that this was just like an announcement that they were going to have the trailer at Summer Game Fest or something. So I didn't even watch this. So I will react to this with you guys now, as requested, because you guys rock.
Hello.
I love the name of their studio too, by the way.
How's it going? Well, let's do this a sec. Here we go. Well, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you taking the time, especially those of you that have been here with us for the entire 10 days. Shall we reveal a video game? Come on then.
Yes, you shall.
So, myself and the team at Maverick, very, very excited to have you all with us here today. So, really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you. I know you've all got a busy schedule. You've probably taken the time out of playing James Bond First Light or even Forza Horizon 6. So we do really appreciate you taking a moment to join us. So thank you very, very much for that. Anyway, I guess we should get into this. So,
yeah, I think that said 2027 also for this, maybe.
Let's try and keep this a little bit professional. So let's switch over. Hey, we've spent the last 3.5 years cooking something pretty cool. Something that I think you're going to really like. This is a game about the love of driving, about the connection between car and driver, and the raw thrill of speed. Welcome to Clutch.
I like the name. It's slightly different. It's like less like obvious, you know.
So Clutch is the story of a pair of sibling racing prodigies competing in the R1K racing series. The R1K is a prestigious and historic series that's been the proving ground of the world's best drivers for 100 years.
Yeah, it is a cool way to announce the game too.
But away from the pomp and the pageantry and commercialism of the R1K is the Midnight Collective,
whatever they do.
A group of car enthusiasts who don't care about the money and the fame of the R1K. They care about the love of driving and the raw thrill of speed. So on this project, we've really had the benefit of time. It's actually the longest development of any game I've ever worked on, and that's allowed us to make some big investments that I know you're going to really appreciate. Using our custom version of Unreal Engine 5, we've been able to achieve a level of detail and accuracy never before seen in in-game car models. Every exterior curve,
thanks, Woodrat. I hope you have a good one.
Every interior stitch, every groove of tire wear recreated perfectly.
Ooh, I like the look of the interior, how they're doing that.
There'll be signs of wear, signs of love, signs that the cars have actually been driven, been on an adventure.
That looks really good. It's hard to get those
it's not
different
just a
textures
static presentation. A part of the joy of car ownership is that sense of connection between the car and the driver. And that's why we've pushed to set a new benchmark in car customization.
Yeah, I didn't know they had all this.
From the options you select when you're speccing out a brand new car, to those aftermarket parts that allow it to become that true one of one.
This looks fucking fire, bro. I wonder if the amount of cars is going to be limited with how much effort they're putting
to those
into
little human details that make it really feel like it's your car. Things like the coffee cup you were meaning to throw away, those parking tickets and receipts strewn across the dashboard, that hoodie you've slung on the passenger seat, the fluffy dice hanging from the rearview mirror.
We haven't made fluffy dice.
We haven't made fluffy dice. Okay, all right. Well, we haven't made fluffy dice, but we will make fluffy dice. And anything else you want to see, just let us know and we can add that as well.
We haven't made fluffy dice.
We talked about the R1K and the Midnight Collective. But in the early part of our game, our hero gets himself into a spot of trouble. A spot of trouble that leads him to look up the services of a fixer. And in doing so, we smash open the doors to the underworld beneath the glitz and the glamour of the R1K. And whether it's in a high-speed getaway or if you're just out exploring the beautiful open world, Clutch Tech mods add new ways to move through the world at speed. And if you want to see some more of Clutch, check out our channel for the Clutch trailer, which reveals the location the game is set in, as well as the stars of our cast. But for now, check all our channels, follow us everywhere. I love you all. See you next time. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Thanks, LKP. Yo, hope you have a good one. Thank y'all for watching. Yeah, this. Hey, they showed more in that video than I thought that people let on. You know, I think we'll have to find out a lot more information, but it looks pretty interesting right now because it looks like it's going to be like a cross, like you guys were saying, between like a Forza and a Need for Speed. You know, which could be really cool. Could be really fucking cool. All right, guys. Well, you know, I got things to do and shit. So, thanks for going through that journey of the PlayStation State of Play with me. We will have more co-streams coming up. Summer Game Fest for sure on Friday, and then of course the Xbox Showcase on Sunday. I will be maybe covering some other ones. I haven't had my ear to the ground 100% on when other shows are exactly, so I need to look that up and see what all I can cover. But throughout this week, will be co-streaming shows, but especially the Summer Game Fest and also, like I said, Xbox Showcase. So stay tuned for those. Check out for posts and we'll be going live. Thank you all in the chat for being here because you chose to watch it with me. And I know there's so many co-streamers and content creators doing stuff. So the fact that you chose to hang out here with me means a lot to me. I super appreciate each and every one of you. If you do like the content, remember to hit the like button, notification bell, sub to the channel, because that helps me grow, helps the community grow, and all that kind of stuff, which is absolutely awesome. And you all fucking rock. The Fun Speculation community is always just absolutely awesome. Appreciate the support, Ron G, Brett Bingham, you guys rock, and everybody else that was here. And we'll see you all next stream, which might be Friday, maybe. Probably won't be an actual Thursday show this week, just because I'll be doing so many different co-streams. Unless there's a show on Thursday, then I'll be doing that. And final score for the PlayStation State of Play 2. The ending just destroyed everything. fucking crumbled it. Absolute horrible. But have a good one, everybody. Take it easy. Bye.